This right here is the 2025 Cadillac Escalade IQ, and they just made a ball-in electric SUV. All right guys, to start things off, because it's all electric, we have to start with the numbers. As far as range goes, it's really impressive. It gets 450 miles on a full charge and can charge 100 miles in 10 minutes thanks to that Ultium battery technology. As far as horsepower goes, it makes 750 horsepower. It can tow 8,000 pounds and it can do 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds, which is really impressive just given the sheer mass of this SUV. Okay, but now let's get into the design because this thing looks so iconic. The Escalade is an SUV that's been around for such a long time, and with the electrification of it, they did a lot of things to really keep it true to that iconic design, as well as make it stand out for 2025. And starting with the front grille, it's all electric, similar to what we've seen on like the Celestiq, on like the Cadillac Lyriq. It's got this full LED front grille, illuminated Cadillac badge, and it does some really cool animations, which I'll overlay in a little bit. You still get a camera up front for that 360 surround view camera system. It'll also have night vision camera capabilities, which is really cool. And even these right here, which is your actual LED headlight system, this has a really cool waterfall animation, which looks awesome, especially at night. Coming around the side here, they equipped this with 24-inch wheels, which is massive. Take a look at them. And this is the sport trim setup, so just keep that in mind. It's got the blacked out wheels. This one has 35-inch tires, which is insane to think of on an Escalade. I never thought I'd see that personally, but they look really cool. They fit the wheel arch and they fit the proportions of this vehicle really well. Coming along the side, you have this nice little accent right here, which seems like it could be illuminated. You get Cadillac branding here, blacked out mirror caps because of that sport trim setup. You get a blacked out roof as an option on all the colored models, except for black, obviously. These doors are supposed to be powered opening and closing, which is really cool. So if you're on the inside, you can open it up, close it if you want. If you're walking up to it from the driver's door, it'll open up for you. And once you get inside, they'll close as well, which is really cool. So all 4 doors are power opening and closing, which is really cool. You do get a side step here, which is nice to help you get in and out of this large SUV. And coming up top here, you see there is a swept roof line. So it's not the traditional large box SUV setup. It is kind of swept. That's to ultimately improve, aerodynamic, efficiency, drag, and things of that nature. And you do get a slight deck lid spoiler that pops out. As far as the rear taillight setup goes, it's broken up into 2 segments. You get this segment right here and this lower segment, and they also do cool welcome animations when you go to unlock or lock the vehicle. Coming around the back here, you'll see you get also illuminated Cadillac badge. You press that to open up the trunk, which we'll do in a little bit. You get camera setups right here for your rear camera, your rear view mirror camera, which is really cool. Obviously, because it's all electric, there's no exhaust sounds, nothing of that sort. As far as rear storage goes, you do get a good amount of it, even though there is a 3rd row seat which remains. And we'll talk about why that's important when we get to the 2nd row, because that's super special, but still solid storage space in the rear, and you can fold those seats flat, which most people do on their Escalades to really maximize practicality. But let me show you, because it's all electric, you're gonna get a e-trunk. So like they have on the GMC Hummer EV, Ford Lightning, the Silverado EV, this one has it too. And this one can fit 12 cubic feet of storage space. And they put some cool props to give you the idea of what you can fit back here. So it's really deep and it's got good like depth to it. It's really long and still got good depth to it. So you can fit stuff. You get nice little latch points here so you can tie down equipment so it's not moving around while you're driving. But it's really cool to see you get that front storage practicality on an Escalade. All right guys, coming inside, I can't actually sit in here. We can't get super depth, so I'll try to overlay some footage, but this interior is amazing. I wanna start with this screen setup right here. It's a 55-inch curved display system that consists of 2 separate screens. You get a 35-inch portion here that's focused for the driver, you get your center gauge cluster, and then Google Maps built in, which is awesome, and that's a touchscreen portion of it. And then you get the 20-inch setup, which is dedicated for passenger entertainment. So you can stream movies, TV shows, all that stuff. But if you're wondering like, hey, what if the driver is gonna get distracted with that? It's actually polarized. So from the driver's point of view, they won't be able to see what's going on, what the passenger's watching, which is, for safety reasons, but it's also a cool implementation of that polarization technology. The rest of the interior though is super premium, really nice. As you can see on the dash, see this nice ashwood interior, which looks cool. These vents that extend across the entire length of the dash. You do get this cool touchscreen here that controls everything. It's kind of like your command system. You can control the doors, your cameras, your windows, pretty much everything you want to from here. You still get a physical volume knob as well as a controlled drive. If you don't want to use the touchscreens, you can use this kind of like on other Cadillac models, which is great. Center console, I'm sure you can also be able to equip a fridge down the road. This isn't confirmed information, so just don't take it for a fact, but they've had that on other Cadillacs, so I'm assuming it could be on this as well. You get nice classy cup holders, which is really cool with this nice little finish on the surrounding edge, and then a wireless charger that would be over here. So super nice interior. Looking up top, you get a nice fixed glass, panoramic glass roof. It's got a 4% tint on it to really minimize the amount of heat that gets into it. So it improves that heat rejection, which is great. And as far as the seats go, they have this leather-free seating, but still feels very premium. And they're perforated with this really nice perforated pattern as well as stitching. If you look up at the headrest, you'll see there's speakers built into them as part of the 40-speaker AKG sound system, which is awesome. I've tried it on the Escalade, which is a 35 speaker system, I believe, and that sounds amazing. I'm sure it's even crazier here with 40 speakers. Let's look at the door panel really quickly. As you can see, you get heated and ventilated seats. You get your controls up top here. They have this nice laser etching into the ashwood interior so that the interior LED lighting illuminates, it peeks out through it. Looks really cool. And if you come down below, you'll see the metal AKG speaker grille, which looks really cool. They have this really nice pattern to the grille, which I'm sure helps, but also just looks really luxurious and very premium. And you still, for practicality purposes, you get the nice storage pocket down here, which has illuminated lighting that peeks through to light up the surfaces, and that looks nice. But the back seats go literally insane. This has never been done on an Escalade before. You get 2 captain's chairs. So take a step back and let's just take in 2 captain's chair seating with this executive center console setup. And the seating gets the same treatment as the front seats. They're heated, they're ventilated, they're massaging. You get speakers in the headrest, which is awesome, but it doesn't stop there. You also get 2 12.6-inch touchscreens that you can hook up via an HDMI cord and plug in whatever peripherals you want to display on here. One for the passenger side, one for the driver's side, which is really cool. Coming onto the center console, you'll see you get cup holders over here, little USB-C ports that peek out. You also get this touchscreen that's kind of like a command center to control your ambient lighting, your doors, your tint, and all that stuff. You get wireless chargers over here, and I'll overlay a photo of it because this center console will open up and can bring out fold-out tables just like a first-class airplane seat, and that's really cool to really give this an executive setup, which is awesome. It wasn't on the previous gen Escalade, and it's here for this. But you still get practical space down here. There's storage down here. Those are your HDMI cables I was telling you guys about, and that's awesome to see. All right, moving on to the door panels for the rear seats, they get the same etching, laser etching into that ashwood interior up top so that the LED ambient lighting peeks through. You can customize the color to a plethora of different colors, as well as you get speaker grille up top right here, which is nice. It's a metal speaker grille. Down here you have your window controls, your door latch up there, and then you get that nice large speaker grille right down below, which is awesome, as well as great practicality with a nice little storage pocket down here. I do want to show you guys from the driver's perspective what the front row looks like. So looking at the steering wheel right here real quick, you'll notice it's got that twin spoke setup, super classy, very nice to hold on to, especially on longer cruises where someone like me, I typically rest my hand on the bottom of the steering wheel, and it's really nice. It looks good too. It looks like a piece of jewelry with the like the silver finish on that Cadillac logo up top. You get nice haptic buttons that are backlit, which look really cool and are also very practical and functional. But if you look up top on the steering wheel, you'll see that light bar, and that's because this thing will have Super Cruise Standard and it'll have the capabilities for Ultra Cruise, which is what Cadillac GM is rolling out for their future versions of drive assistance, which is cool. And take a look at the dash real quick. We'll look at the left-hand side, you see the beginning of one of the speaker grills for the AKG sound system. And then if you go to the center console portion, the gauge cluster display, you'll see that's nice and illuminated, and then it curves. It's got this really nice curvature. It extends pillar to pillar all the way here. And this is a prototype, but in production, the driver, while driving, won't be able to see what's going on this display. I think that's super sick. But for the purpose, this is parked, and in a normal setting, if it's not driving, the driver should be able to see it. So it's active polarization that's dynamic, and depending on situations, it will prevent the driver from seeing that. But take a look real quick from a driver's perspective. Let's look down here. You do get really nice stitching on the center underneath storage right here, a little Cadillac signature, these lines, and it's just good roominess, good practicality for, I mean, what ultimately is a really large luxury SUV. Oh, here, let's look at there's a quick Easter egg, which is the old school Cadillac logo with the ducks into the dash. That's a nice touch. I hope that makes it into production. That's really cool. All right, guys, so that's gonna wrap it up here. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.